Hey everybody, it's Claude McFarlane here with you, founder and CEO of the McFarlane Group, and we're here on day 25, and I'm so thrilled today because I'm here with Denise Thomas, and she is perfectly suited for our speech today, which is on effective communication. It's one of those things with our personal development that it's one thing to have all these ideas in our head and we're doing all these great things, but how do we effectively communicate that to the people who are helping us, the people that we're collaborating with? So, in addition to being, my big sister, a friend of mine, and she is officially in the circle. You are my big sister. Don't worry about that. And being in the circle of influence, she's also just a very, very wonderful, inspiring individual. So, Denise, thank you.
Thank you, Claude. Thank you.
So, what do you think about effective communication overall?
Effective communication is by far the most critical component of any relationship, whether that's personal, whether that's professional. If you don't take the time to communicate, if you don't take the time to actively listen, which is part of that effective communication, more than likely, the change, the reaction, the movement that you're expecting is not going to occur.
Okay. What do you think in terms of like communicating, starting with yourself versus how other people influence communication?
Well, I think oftentimes when you communicate, you're focusing more on yourself by default, when you should actually focus on the message as well as the receiver.
Okay.
So your audience. That's the first piece when I coach individuals is you know who you are, or you should know who you are.
Right.
You know the story, but are you factoring in your audience, the person who's on the other side receiving that message?
Right. I mean, you give a lot of speeches and a lot of address a lot of topics. When you give your your effective communication mantra of knowledge to everyone, right? What do you think are the most common trip points of effective communication?
Well, I have a formula.
Okay.
That is part of my brand. And if anybody takes my formula, I'm going to find you.
Yeah, and we didn't script this, so this is new to me too.
So the first is inspire.
Okay.
The second is influence. The third is inform. And the fourth, and my favorite, is entertain.
All right.
If you are doing at least one of those four things as part of your communication, and if you can tackle all four in one conversation or in one setting, you have beyond expectations of effective communication you have met.
And we'll kind of wrap it up with the one thing that I know is near and dear to my heart, and as well as you. We just spoke recently about the fact that both of us, we have a hard time listening sometimes. We have so much knowledge inside of us that we want to spill it out to everyone, and it's hard for us to get the effective communication from our inner self, our spiritual alignment. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I think when I first started my effective communication coaching business, one of the opportunities that I had to manage, and still at an extent do, is understand that taking the time to be still, be in the moment, know your environment, and just listen. And whether that's listening to the person that you're having the conversation with, or the persons that you're having the conversations with, or just being still and listening to what God has to say to you. Oftentimes we as individuals wonder why our needle isn't moving.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the blessings that we want to see immediately. And that's because we're so busy talking, and we're so busy moving around and setting this up and going to this event and meeting this individual like we're doing now.
Right.
But what I would challenge myself and you and others is to make time, not find time, but make time to be still and to listen.
Absolutely.
That also is critical to effectively communicating.
Do you see why I have her in my circle of influence? I always go to my circle when I have questions on things. I make sure I talk with big sister Denise first, because she will keep me in check. Yes, she's my big sister. She looks like she's like 26, but still big sister, right? But effectively communicating internally with ourselves as it relates to other people, what we think, what we feel, and how well we perceive their communication to us is going to actually really help and improve our self-improvement. So thank you guys for joining us today, tuning in. Thank you, Denise, for coming in.
Claude. I appreciate this.
She's going to kill me if I don't say this, but she is the first female to collaborate with the McFarlane Group.
I am representing for the ladies out there.
And she's doing a fan.
So I'm going to do some call outs. I'm going to call out. Let me see the first people come to mind. Jasmine Johnson, Raina Andrews, Deidre Copeland, Latoya Sykes, Danielle Bly. Those are just first names that are coming to my mind. You guys are next. So Claude, go get those beautiful, extraordinary ladies.
I will get them, and I'm sure that they will be tagged on this on our social media.
Yes.
And speaking of that, you can find me, email me at the McFarlane Group at gmail.com. Find my website at McFarlaneGroupLLC.com. What about you, Denise? How do we get in touch with you?
Oh man, I'm on Facebook, the Effective Communication Coach. You can always call me or text me. I'm not afraid of giving my phone number out. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? I can block you. So you can reach me directly at 414-469-1941. You can also, again, email me at Denise@RealCommCoach. That's RealComm Coach.com. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a message. Let me know how I can help you, because I'm sure you can help me as well. So have a great day.
Yes, ladies, make sure you get in touch with me. We'd love to get your perspective. Being a good, spiritually aligned man is almost as good as the women that are there to support us and compliment and supplement us as well. So feel free to get in touch with us, guys. Thank you again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed and have a great day.